Hello YouTube, this is the KO Diva here to give you a season 1 episodes 8 and 9 recap and review of Celebrity Big Brother. Now we start out with the HOH competition, which is called the Blindsiders. It was hilarious to watch. It was great to see that it was another endurance competition where all the house guests participating had to show how strong and how willing they are to become the new HOH. Now it was also the first competition that introduced the slop, where the first 3 house guests who fall will be eating slop for 48 hours. Now, it was funny to see Adriana on the sideline rooting for her alliance, which consists of Ross, Marissa, and Brandy, to try to pull out the win. But Meta was the first one to drop in the HOH competition. He was saying how he's 6'1" and he's 200 and something pounds, and all that is not going to stay up on the Big Brother little stool. Now, they also had popcorn and t-shirts thrown at them, and Ross was the second one to drop. He was not very far off from Meta, and he said that he wanted to get the full Big Brother experience by tasting slop. After that, Mark was the third person to drop, sealing the deal on the first 3 contestants to drop and be introduced to eating slop for 48 hours. It was also interesting to watch the other ones fall, and it was down to James and Omarosa. Now, Omarosa was looking and sitting pretty. Although she was in pain, she managed to make a deal with James and pull out the win, which was awesome to witness. She said she wanted a letter from her family, and also she wanted to be in control. And James was pretty smart in the sense that he did not want to take this HOH competition because he knew that moving further into the competition overall, that he would need to win a later HOH competition in order to really and truly solidify him staying. So him making this deal with Omarosa for the win worked out in his favor. Adriana and some of the other house guests were like, "Oh, you're making a deal with the devil." But James didn't feel that way. He just knew that his best strategy was definitely to play the game. Now, what made me laugh was the alliance with the 4, because at this point now, it was revealed who that one rogue vote was for Shannon. That Brandy had made that vote for Mark in order to give almost like a pity vote to Shannon, so it wasn't a unanimous vote in her leaving the home. Now, Marissa was extremely pissed off about that. She felt that she was undermined in the alliance because they thought they were a unit, that they were solidified, and to have that one rogue vote come from one of their alliance members made her feel as if she was not playing the game as well as the others, where Shannon would not be angry with everybody else but with just her. Now, Omarosa had to introduce the veto twist, which was awesome because us as the adoring fan of Celebrity Big Brother got to vote on the veto competition. We had an option out of 3 on which veto competition these guys should be playing and what twist it would allow for the house guests to experience. And it was actually pretty interesting to watch her go through the motions as she needed to pick out her nominations on how to just do it, because she wanted to get Ross out of the house. So it seemed like Omarosa just made the straightforward move, and she just put up Omarosa and Brandy. She chose Brandy because of the one rogue vote for Mark, and she chose Ross because she felt that, he put her up after her hospital visit. It's only fair that she does the same while she's in power to do the same to him by putting him up. After the nominations, though, it was very interesting to watch Omarosa stir the pot and do what she does best, which is cause doubt. Sometimes she gets caught, sometimes she's able to retrieve a lot of information and knowledge, and this time she was able to solidify that Ross, Marissa, Adriana, and Brandy all had an alliance. Brandy noticed that Omarosa made a wink face at Marissa. Marissa's like, "No, I'm not working with Omarosa." Brandy's like, "I thought it was very suspect that she winked at you," and kind of threw out that they had an alliance in a group. So because of that, Marissa now took Brandy and was ranting and raving to Ross and told her, "I did not like that you directly accused me of working with Omarosa, but Marissa is always good for a confrontation. If you notice so far through this season, that woman is always confronting somebody about something, claiming that she doesn't want to lie, but Meanwhile, under the radar, this woman is playing the game. She is aligning with different people. She's doing whatever she's got to do. And she takes the image off of her and reflects it to someone else. And it just so happened to be Brandy. Now, this Twitter game, I'm wondering if they're going to continue to keep that in the Big Brother through the regular seasons as well, not just for Celebrity Edition, because it was pretty interesting to see them and knowing that us as the fans can tweet and interact with the house guests, that they had the questions. But Brandy was really good at asking, if Mark, James, and Omarosa had an alliance and if they were working together. She was able to bring out some knowledge. Mark's like, I didn't even know I was in an alliance, and Omarosa and James are like, what? I don't understand what's going on. James has been floating, but also really just defending and playing the game for his life. When it came down to the veto competition, I love that it was live, so we did not have any spoilers or anything of that nature. The house guests were made aware of what was actually happening for the veto, and that the veto allowed them to eliminate 2 nominated guests. So it wasn't just so you save yourself, it's you save yourself and you can save someone else. So I was wondering who was going to win this. And Mark, really, he laid all his puzzle pieces down quick. Omarosa and Ross were so close, and Ross just happened to come through and he ended up getting the win. And Omarosa was just like a couple seconds, and that's what I'm loving about this Celebrity Big Brother. The casting was great. These guys are pulling out no stops. Like, they are just going hard and they're going strong. Ross knew his life was on the line and he made the play, and he was able to get the puzzle pieces together, solidify the win, and he was super excited. So they had to rush back into the house now to figure out who was going to be obviously safe and who was going to be replaced in that person's spot for nominations. So it was great to see that Ross had used the nomination A on himself and Meta took his place. But when Julie asked, do you want to use the second veto? The man said, no, thank you. I'm glad that you guys made the offer, but I'm not doing it. Brandy looked choked, and I cannot wait to see how this next episodes go with Brandy and Ross doing that tear in their alliance. It was so awesome to see. But Meta is the 4th evicted house guest. He's been willing to go home the whole time. And that's it. I'm the KO Diva, and thank you guys for coming out and check us out again. Check out past episodes. We'll be here putting up videos after every eviction. Like, comment, and subscribe.